WagerTalk.com, and this is Wager Talk TV, and two of my favorite people. Don't wink at me. We got my man VR. You can find him on Twitter at Greek_gambler, and Kelly in Vegas, Kelly Stewart. Find her at Kelly in Vegas on Twitter and KellyInVegas.com on the website. And today, what we're going to talk about is enough of our videos, the guys like Brian and Ralph, and all of the Pythagorean theorems and all this like complex crap. To a lot of recreational guys, you probably have one out. You know, you're not betting major money, and odds are at the end of the year you're probably going to lose. Sorry to break your heart. So what we're going to do today is we're going to give some basic tips that aren't going to guarantee that you're going to have a winning season. But what we're going to do is we're going to hope it's going to help you not lose as much. So I'm going to start off with Kelly, ladies first, and she's going to share some tips with our audience.
You know, just one of the few things that I like to look for before I even break down a game is just reverse line movement. We see it all the time where I get texts from my buddies going, oh my God, University of Kentucky is only -1.5 at South Carolina tonight. And I'm going, red flag, red flag. Why? If there's over 75% of the public tickets on a team and the line drops, the books are not giving you guys free money. So just take either a step back or maybe take a look at the other side. Another thing that you guys have got to start looking for, get the best number. Like Gianni said, I know you guys probably don't live in Vegas or you don't have the opportunity to really line shop, but that does not mean you bet bad numbers. If the line opens at 3.5 and you're now betting it at 4.5 or 5, like we see on some NFL Sundays, just stop doing that. You missed the number, just stay off the bet. Like he said, you might still have won that game, but it's just one of those things where if you're not getting the best of the number, overall, historically, you are going to lose. And then my favorite, think long, think wrong. And this is what I tell people all the time.
Did you make that up yourself?
No, I did not. I stole it from somebody, and I don't remember who. That being said, it is so true. I will never bag on some of my guys. Everybody knows I'm from Kansas, so I get so many guys from Western Kansas texting me, Kelly, what do you think about the Pats this week? And all I can think of is, oh my God, you're paying such a premium for this team. Oh well, if you like the Pats, and the Pats have covered 12, I think they've covered 12 games this year, just bet them blindly. That's just what you want to do. The Vikings is another team. You can bet this team blindly. And once it loses, okay, maybe back off. Or like everybody did the last 2 years where all the sharp guys got killed, just fade the Cleveland Browns.
There's a couple of friends of ours that didn't like that statement. Ace/VR, my man. It's the first time I just want to say we had a great night last night.
Wonderful
I've missed you. It's been a
Great
couple
time.
years since we've hung out.
Me too.
You got your own thing going, so make sure you
Thank
check
you.
them out on
Thank
Twitter.
you.
And I want everyone who's watching these videos, if you like the videos, please hit the like button, share it with your friends. And if you don't like the videos, next week, either Brian or Cal are going to wear Kelly's outfit. So unless you want to see Brian Leonard wearing this next week, I would like this damn video. So Ace?
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of things you could share. Actionable things that bettors can take with them. You could give picks like the videos did prior to us doing ours, and that's all fine and good. I'm going to give a little tough love in bottom line because the bottom line is 99% of bettors lose. I'm talking 99%. So you put 100 bettors in a room, only one of them is going to be a long-term winner. And I'll bet you that probably 5 or 6 of them have access to winning information, and maybe 10 of them are good enough to even win more than they lose. But it doesn't matter if you're able to win more games than you lose if you're not funded for the long term.
Right.
Number one, the biggest mistakes people, recreational bettors make is they can't handle losing. That's number one. When you're winning, everything's great.
Do you want to work customer service at Wager Talk?
When you're winning, no, when you're winning,
You'll
it's
see that for
easy.
sure.
When you're winning, it's easy. Everything's great. You could do no wrong.
Right.
You're happy, you wake up happy, you have no stress, no pressure. But that losing is a mathematical certainty. It's coming. There's nothing you could do about it. You're the best on the planet. You're going to have a losing streak. I was in a fortunate position of moving money for winning bettors for a very long time. And I can promise you, during the most profitable years, every single one of them had stretches that would knock out 90% of recreational bettors because they just are underfunded. So number one, you got to learn how to handle losing. If you can't handle losing, do it for fun, do it for recreation, don't lose your hard-earned money. Number two, stop making the same mistakes. Most of us know when we make the same mistake. We know when we're chasing when we shouldn't be chasing. We know when we're betting a game we shouldn't be betting. When it's a Monday Night Football game, you don't really love it, but you're trying to find an angle, a reason. Well, now you're laying 11 to 10 on a coin flip. And if you want to do that, come by my house. You flip it all day. You could lay 11 to 10 all day. Because honestly, you're just going to go broke long term. And the thing that you don't understand is even if you're a winning bettor, your edge is so small that when you make mistakes like that, like betting a game you shouldn't bet, or chasing, betting a bad line, that eliminates that edge. So now you're just, it's a random coin flip whether you're gonna win or lose. You're gambling again. So all that time you're spending handicapping, you're wasting it. Go do something good with your time and just throw a dart, because you're doing the exact same thing. Don't spend 6 hours reading, because you're not gonna win long term that way if you don't bet correctly. Because I can promise you, I was that person. I had access to the best information, 20, 22, 24 years old, and I lost multiple bankrolls, and I'm not ashamed of it. Like I say, you want to be a doctor, you're going to pay for that education by going to college, getting your PhD, all that stuff. You want to be a winning sports bettor, you're probably going to burn through a couple bankrolls. That's the price of the education, for most of us at least. And third, 90%, and where I learned this best was when I worked with card counting team for 2 years. And I saw some really good teams out there. And the reason 9 out of 10 card counting teams that are very efficient at it lose is because they're underfunded. And there's nothing you could do to overcome, like I said, that negative swing. I'll tell you, almost every recreational bettor, I'm not gonna say almost all, every single recreational bettor bets more than their bankroll affords them to. They don't prepare for that long, inevitable losing streak, that negative swing that's coming. None, zero. That's why they're recreational bettors. They haven't been able to break that habit. So for me, I think, you know, getting winning picks, getting winning information, all that stuff's great, but it's a waste of time if you're not betting it correctly. It's inevitable. It's just a matter of time before you go broke. I mean, it's tough love, but I respect the people that give us all their time and support us and all that you just got to tell it the way it is instead of how you want it to be.
And that's the thing is a lot of these tips are that the recreational person could follow. And to me, as you can see, I got dressed up. Kelly could attest. I had 3 different Puma jackets, so hopefully I picked the right one. I don't know, because the light, it's making me look just like Caillou. That's that cartoon my kids watch. To me, there's a couple things. First one is, pick a conference that's not the main conference. There's so much information and data and everything out there. And, you know, bookmakers that I've known, those major teams that they know they're getting the action on, those lines are going to be the best. Pick a conference. Put them all in a hat. Pick one out and say, this is the conference I'm going to learn everything about. Follow all the beat writers on Twitter. Go to Google News and set up some alerts for those teams. Go to the rivals forums. Spend the $9 a month or whatever it is and join the forum and follow the fans and the people that are at the practices. And become an expert. Tell yourself, you know what? No matter what, this Saturday, I'm going to make one of my picks is going to be from this conference that I'm following. In basketball, you know, 5 times a week or whatever it's going to be, is you're going to focus on that conference. What that's going to do, it's going to keep you from not maybe betting the board, but it's also going to give you a little bit of enjoyment that you're going to find those little nuggets. And I'll tell you what, on those lesser schools, those little nuggets mean more because they're not an ESPN highlight. If there's a bad practice or 2 dudes are beefing because some guy's banging the guy's girlfriend on Kentucky, that's going to be on ESPN. But if it's, you know, who gives a shit university, nobody cares. But you find that out, that's a nugget. And to me, pick a conference, not all of them. Don't oversaturate your brain. I know a lot of people have normal jobs. You know, you got kids, you got family. Unless you want to get divorced, pick one conference and focus on it. The second one for me, and this is one that I see all the time, and, you know, Kelly brought up the reverse line movement and the public stuff, which I agree with that in theory. But some people, what they'll do is they'll just say, well, 90% of the public is, you know, I'm going to bet with the books. I'm going to bet with the books. Listen closely. You're not betting with the books because you're not getting 110. When that play loses, somebody's giving the book $110. When you win, which means the public's losing, that book got 110, you know what you get paid? You get paid 100. So you're not getting the juice. So long term, thinking you're betting with the books and against the public, sorry, it's easy math. You're not getting 110 for every 100. So just toss that out the window. And third, and this, Kelly, I'll let you plug yourself before we fade out after I say this, get in a contest. You know, 2 years ago, a dude slinging at Starbucks won almost $1 million. It's 1,500. It's a Vegas contest. You don't need to live here. You can get a proxy like Kelly. You can find it at kellyinvegas.com. I live in Detroit. 2005, we actually tied for first. Get 3 buddies, put in a nickel each. You got a whole season of DGen action, and it's anybody could win. You can win $1 million. The guy this year was what, $1 million?
Yeah, this year was the first actual $1 million winner. It's incredible because some of these people's story, you know, for years we only knew about certain sharp guys winning. Like you said, 2005,
Right.
you guys tied for first. Now it's, you know, 2,500 people from all over the world that enter this contest, and it's literally, it's almost all luck.
And you get
Picking 5 games is
Exactly.
so hard every single week.
And you get 3 friends, nickel each. I mean, what does that cost you? You know, $80 a week.
I tell all of my friends whose wives don't want them betting, yeah, there you go. There's all your NFL plays for the year. Now
Yeah,
you've got
and
5
your
teams
old
to
lady
root for
can't
in the
really
Senate.
bitch because you're not really spending any money and you're getting your DGen action. And the best part, something like the Super Contest, is even if you suck, at the end they have the mini contest, and then you could have a hot run at the end. What was the mini contest payout this year?
15 grand, but actually they're doing one after every single quarter. So they broke it up and had little contests within the contest this year as well, which is exciting because it gives you something, like even if you had a really bad first 8 weeks, it gives you something to cheer for the next.
And to me, what they said, what I said, the contest is, you know, if you're watching this video or you found it on YouTube or you Google and sports betting tips and how to win, and you expected us to give you the secrets of you having to quit your job and get rich and surround yourself with women that look like Kelly or guys that look like VR, if that's your thing, that's not what this is we're just trying to say some tips that will help you lose less. And if at the end of the day, at the end of the year, you can go back and you say, you know what, I did some of the things they said and I got off a game or I got on a game and I won or didn't lose, that's all we want. And my shameless plug, you can find me on Twitter at Gianni_Detroit. Also, one of the key people at wagertalk.com. This is Wager Talk TV. Thank you both for coming in.
Thanks for
I
having us.
had
Yeah,
an
thank
amazing
you.
trip. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like the video or Brian's going to be dressed in this next week. Thanks.